Hey guys, what's up? So yeah, just so crazy. The fires are still going. That is so sad and so crazy, and just a huge wake up call for everyone. Um, I don't want to get political. I want to get spiritual. Okay, this is all signs from the end times, as we discussed. Because as you can see, the Illuminati card game predicts that there will be a charismatic blonde leader, and that's totally Trump. And he even has the same outward arm positions. It's like, hey, look at me, I'm the king, type of stuff. And so this is all going according to plan. So the good news is the Bible is real and you can get to heaven. The bad news is we have to go through a lot of crap beforehand in order to get there. But essentially, the bad news is the good news, like we say, because if none of this were happening, then the Bible wouldn't be real. Then you can go about your day and pretend nothing happens after you die. But something does happen after you die. And the Bible is very real, and we're just reading it wrong because it's been corrupted in different languages and stuff like that. And I was just lucky enough to grow up Jewish, had a bar mitzvah in the year 2000, ushered in the new millennium. But I can read Hebrew, is what I mean. That's what I'm telling you by that. And I didn't have this fake nostalgia for all these Christian holidays like I did. And yet I did still celebrate Christmas and Hanukkah because my stepmom was Christian, but my stepdad was Jewish, and my mom was just whatever. So yeah, anyway, Illuminati card game, Trump. And then we see backlash. We see a black president who a lot of the people hated. And Trump is literally the reaction to this woke liberal stuff. Enough is enough. And that's Trump again. On this Illuminati card game, he's 100% fulfilling this role of getting into the woke stuff, and now it's like the excuse for a bunch of right-wing stuff. In good news today, the House or the Senate or whatever, they banned transgender men from being in women's sports. That's like there's some good stuff about common sense laws, but they're going to take it too far, as we know. So yeah, men won't be beating up women at the next Olympics in 4 years if we survive that long. See, as you see, honorary patriot of the year, this sign right here, it looks like the compass and ruler. They just added some other stuff, but yeah, it's all secret symbols right in our face. So those in the know exactly what's going on. That's why there's not a lot of backlash just yet, because these celebrities are on the same page. And even in the Egyptian hieroglyphs, this is the hieroglyph of Nefertiti, because they're giants dealing with humans. These aren't kids, these are adults. But the giants are the Nephilim, and the Egyptian hieroglyphs show the Nephilim and the aliens with men and messing with their DNA and stuff. So anyway, when you turn it upside down, you see Trump on the left, right here. Let's see if we can zoom in a little. Trump on the left, and then Obama with the mask on the right. Okay? You see right here is Trump's hair, and then this Satan figure going into him during the end times, and Satan again on top with these puppet levers. He always has the hat. And you can see the mask of Obama, because they're all in it to win it. They're all in it together, guys. So yeah, in the twinkling of an eye at the last trump, we shall be changed. I know it's an English translation, but everything is spiritual. Here's a good question. If genitalia doesn't indicate gender, why cut off genitalia to change gender? These people can't answer their own questions. They just want to do whatever they want. And if you don't agree with them, then you're, a prejudice or a bigot or something. So now let's go and do a couple things. This is the Magical Diaries of Aleister Crowley, huge big-time Satanist. He even called himself the Beast when he signed his letters, 666, all that stuff. He's super full of himself because he's a Leo. Or Leo taken too far makes you all about self. But he also had Mars in Capricorn, so he definitely had some crazy traits of trying too hard. And he was like G.G. Allen before G.G. Allen. He would eat feces. He would abuse his following, just do rituals and crazy stuff like that. But anyway, just right now, I just wanted you to notice his hand right here. All the Freemasons put their hand like on their side like that to show who they are, and that's how you can tell other Freemasons in the past, like Napoleon. If you want a thing done, do it yourself. Yeah, well, you're a Freemason, so you didn't do it by yourself, Napoleon. You were in a secret society of all the rich, famous satanic people, and there's your satanic sign. Sadly, even Mozart became a Freemason during the end of his last years of his life. Whatever. Then Eugene Delacroix, he's got the Freemason hand going. Like, why is your hand cold? No, you're saying you were part of a secret order of Freemasons. Okay, and the Masons, by the way, go back beyond Egypt. It's the Egyptian wisdom just modernized for all these modern day people who know aliens run the world, and aliens were the actual source of God in the Old Testament. And they don't like Jesus because Jesus refuted Yahweh constantly. Okay, that's why these Masons hate Christianity, or at least the real Christianity. They'll celebrate Christmas all day, but they know that's pagan too, so they're all wearing these masks, guys. And this is John Ruskin, famous art critic and painter, Aquarius rabbit too. But yeah, he's got the Mason hand a couple times. See? So why is your hand always there, buddy? Well, he's showing his allegiance. And I know this is fiction. This is the Stephen King's It, the Pennywise clown. He looks like he's almost doing the Mason hand too, as if he was part of some secret society. Okay, I know it's fiction, but the people who write fiction are real people, and so they're going to stick in their stuff whenever they can. Then this person on top, sorry, he's got the satanic 666, the thing that Trump does all the time, that finger symbol right there, once again to show their true allegiance. And then you got RuPaul doing the hand signal of the Jay-Z, diamond worship, the triangle worship. All these people are on the same club. If they're on TV and if they're famous, they're part of the club. And then they'll sometimes put the symbols to show their allegiance. Okay, got it? Now we look at this. Looks like Diddy and Luigi, guy who killed the CEO, and all these young people are idolizing because they're freaks and they're taught that murder is okay. Why don't you just fire him, put him in jail? No, shoot him 5 times in the back like a coward. Anyway, Luigi, they're in the same prison, and their lawyers are married, by the way. Diddy's lawyer is married to the lawyer of Luigi. And it's all connected, dude. These people are all in it together. It's this one big, like Shakespeare says, all the world's a stage. He's being very literal, not just metaphorical and deep. He's being very literal. And of course, Francis Bacon, who wrote Shakespeare's play, was a Freemason himself and hides all his codes and stuff. Anyway, I watched this movie, The Pool Guy, with Chris Pine. It seems silly at first, but then it gets kind of interesting. It's all about a conspiracy. It's literally, and they're watching a scene from Chinatown in this movie, and the two movies are connected because it's about government corruption and not having enough water so they could bring down the cost levels of housing, and then all the chaos that ensues from that. But anyway, it's just very interesting that this movie, The Pool Guy, is about a water conspiracy, just like Chinatown was in the 70s with Jack Nicholson. I grew up with that movie. It's a great movie. One of the greatest films of all time. If you know what it's about. And you know the true, deeper undertones. Anyway, y'all should watch that, The Pool Guy. I think it's a little underrated. It's silly and bad, but once you've seen the whole thing, it's part of the big conspiracy. Carl Jung. Loneliness does not come from having no people about one, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important to oneself, or from holding certain views which others find inadmissible. It's like, yeah, you could sit in I read in a book that Aquarius, they could sit in a room alone and still feel completely alone because we're just totally somewhere else with our thinking, and they're just like talking about the weather or something, So yeah, loneliness is not about having people around you, it's about connecting with those people. That's why a lot of us are alone with our families, because we disagree on something, then why even hang out? Oh, because it's family. Okay? Sorry. Now, here's another coincidence, which is not a coincidence. The moon is a 1/400th the size of the sun, but it's also 1/400th the distance from Earth, resulting in the moon and the sun being the same exact size in the sky. It's not a coincidence shared by any known planet-moon combination. In fact, the size of the moon proportionately with Earth is 100 times bigger than, like, say, Jupiter's moons or Mars' moons, Phobos, or Saturn's moons. They're all like little tiny dots. Why is our moon so huge? And as you know, we all know the moon is hollow because NASA crashed a ship into it intentionally to see what would happen, and it vibrated for like an hour. Rocks don't vibrate. Only hollow bodies do. So the moon is hollow. It's an alien base, and it's literally the exact position to create solar and lunar eclipses and stuff like that, okay? The moon is hollow. Like, who knows what's on the dark side of the moon? Okay, I watched this movie. I think it's free still on Tubi, free streaming site. American Satan. It's literally about how a struggling band in LA is trying to get famous, and then they get Satan, played by Malcolm McDowell, to help them get famous. And Malcolm McDowell, as we know, is the actor in A Clockwork Orange. So yeah, this is the guy, the leader of the band. He's actually in a real band. What's his band name? I forget. But anyway, he's a Capricorn himself. You see, he has Sun in Capricorn, Uranus, Neptune, Venus, and Saturn. He's got so much Capricorn. And remember I told you he looks like Skeletor? Well, yeah. They have this skeleton type of look. Not just skinny, but like bone emphasis and stuff like that. But anyway, in the movie, they call Malcolm McDowell, who's the devil, they call him Mr. Capricorn. Okay, you can watch this for free. I don't want to play it now for copyright stuff. But yeah, American Satan, it's free on Tubi. Then they even did a TV series afterwards. It's not the best movie, but again, it's just the content they're presenting us. Satan runs the world, and they're calling him Capricorn. And what I've been saying for years, the Baphomet satanic Capricorn is that whole archetype. Jesus says the sheep are in my right, my followers, but the goats who do whatever they want to do from self and ego, they're on my left. The sheep are in my right hand, the goats are on my left. And that's another reference to Capricorn, in my opinion. Speaking of Jesus, if you just type Astro Theme, the best website for astrology, and then Jesus, this is going to be his birth chart, okay? You see all these planets in Pisces? Oh yeah, the date's going to be, for this it's February 29th or 28th in the year 6 BC, okay? So that's when I believe Jesus was born. And because of that, you get all these planets in Pisces. And of course, what do we always say? 2,000 years ago was the age of Pisces. So he fulfilled that messianic zodiacal prophecy of the age of Messiah, the age of Pisces, Messiah returning. Okay? Just like the golden calf worship was the age of Taurus, and that Aries rammed horn for Moses was the age of Aries. All these zodiacal symbols somehow correspond to the leading religions of the time. Okay, so now we're entering Aquarius, okay? The next Messiah in Aquarius, you know who that is, right? It's going to be the Antichrist, okay? It's going to be the beast. Because Aquarius is about technology and merging humans with technology, and says all that cyberpunk crap where we have to put stuff in our heads and, you know, they take away the left eye or something like that. Like all the stuff that the Grox has been showing for years. This is coming in the age of Aquarius. Jesus was here to remind us, okay, I'm going to give you 2,000 years to figure out the truth, but if you can't get it by then time's up. Grace and mercy is over. Now it's just the law. And the wages of sin are what? Death. Wages of sin are death, and if we're all sinners, then we're all going to die. But we're only okay now because of Jesus' grace and mercy. Okay, archaeologists unveil ancient church in Israel, and of course, the most ancient church in Israel has the Pisces symbol right there. Okay, ancient Jews knew astrology was real. Astrology didn't become pagan witchcraft until like 1,000 years after the Bible was written. These secret societies who know it's real want us to not look into it, because what happens when you know astrology? You know yourself. You don't understand how much astrology I've read that just totally explains why I am the way I am, why you are the way you are, why some celebrity is the way this, why some philosopher thinks a certain way. It explains everything. But if we knew ourselves too much, we wouldn't be as moldable from these satanic Illuminati societies who want to mold us into their image. Okay? So yeah, astrology is real. The churches knew it, but now it's all being suppressed. Here we go again. Another glass art shows Pisces at Chartres Cathedral, has stained glass, circa 1200. See, even in the 1200s, they knew astrology was part of the Bible. Okay? What does Psalm 19 say? The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament shows his handiwork. That means The constellations show the story of the Bible. It's literally what it means. And yeah, I just want to remind y'all they did find this mysterious stela, I think in Georgia, or stela. It had all these mysterious signs on it, these different figures. Some are the same, so it's not literally 60 different figures. Some are the same. But yeah, it's definitely a language of some sort. And at the very end, there's a big spiral, okay? And there's the sun right next to the spiral. That's the symbol for the sun, a circle and a dot. No, it's not a booby. So yeah, at the end of time, there will be a big spiral opening. And the earth will be cracked and hit by something, and then the aliens, the Nephilim come back. What they do? Speaking of the Nephilim coming back, Isaiah 13, one of the scariest chapters in the Bible, says, they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, space. The Lord, Yahweh, and the weapons of it is indignation to destroy the whole land. The day of the Lord is at hand, it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. That doesn't sound like heaven's coming to earth. And it's saying these people, these armies are coming from the end of space. So it's not something from Iraq. It's not ISIS in the Middle East coming to America. It's something bigger, something crazier. And I added this Independence Day picture just to be more dramatic. But yeah, the end times will be the giant Nephilim coming back. Okay, and here's some more proof that God doesn't rule the earth. But why would God let that happen? Well, because the Bible is real. Jesus says God doesn't rule the earth, Satan does. 3 times Jesus referred to the ruler of the world as someone besides himself or his Father. The ruler of this world, he's the ruler of the kingdom of heaven. This world, however, is a test run by evil constantly. Because if we were in the Garden of Eden, what kind of tests would there be? And Satan tempted Jesus to give him authority on earth, thus proving Jesus and the Father did not have authority. Jesus brought in the kingdom of God, thus someone else was ruling and reigning before he could bring in the kingdom of God. Jesus says Moses accuses us through the law, thus another ruler besides Jesus or the Father gave the law. Okay? That's kind of scary to think that some aliens are actually the creator of the 10 Commandments. Who knows, though? Jesus redeemed us from sin and the law, which Satan gave authority over us. The law gives him authority over us. Jesus redeemed us from the merciless system of judgment given by Satan. We're delivered out of the authority of darkness and put into Christ. Thus, Satan, not God, was ruler over mankind. Okay, these aliens run the show. And they're sitting on the moon, they're sitting in the White House, they got this crazy technology, they can morph their face and look human. We're so ignorant as to what they're capable of. Bible says it all. Oh, and look, there's a drone over my apartments. See? It's not just in Jersey, it was in Texas. And I filmed it, I was like, oh crap, there's a drone right there. Anyway, you explain it. And once again, astrology. Okay, this is me, February 10th. I have a mind that bounces from idea to idea. That's the definition of my YouTube video. People are like, maybe you should make your videos about one topic just so more people can keep up. And I'm like, nah, it's like a classroom. I don't have the patience myself to just stick to one topic sometimes. Yeah, my one topic is the end times, and here's the 100 different proofs for it. Okay? So yeah. Astrology is for real. This non-linear method of thinking often produces innovative, inventive ideas that are years ahead of their time. Okay, so this explains me, my birthday, not some psychic reading from some person on a phone I don't know. Astrology, which is 10,000 years old, it's got the most evidence behind it, so that's why it's the most accurate if you know where to look. Not just your silly daily horoscope. Look at your specific birthday. Look at your specific animal. Like I'm the year of the rabbit, so that's a thing. Oh yeah, cool. Nietzsche, Quetzalcoatl, and I really have a lot in common. I know I already did this one before, but I just want y'all to see it again because how weird is this? I mean, this is numerology. Friedrich Nietzsche, A is 1, B is 2, whatever. It adds up to 189. And so does my full name, Benjamin Allen Villars. It adds up to 189. I thought, okay, that's kind of cool, whatever. But what sealed the deal was our birthdays are exactly the same numbers as well. His was October 15th, 1844. That's 388. Mine's February 10th, 1987. That's 388. So both of our names and birthdays, which have nothing to do with each other, no similarities at all, happen to be the same exact numbers. And of course, a mind like mine is the only one to have been able to find out this kind of stuff. So again, it's like I'm discovering stuff about myself that only a person like myself would be able to figure out. Like, I feel like the Sherlock Holmes of the end times. I'm just looking for mysteries constantly. I don't feel like Neo. I don't feel like I'm saving anyone. I'm not saving the world. I'm saving your soul, hopefully, and waking you up. You know, just takes a couple ideas to rattle around your brain to make you change your whole perspective. Your whole life's a lie. And also, another thing that connects Nietzsche and Quetzalcoatl and myself is that there's one Toltec prophecy that says Quetzalcoatl was born 1168 and it will return the 13th era of that 676-year cycle. That's 52 years times 13, so it starts 1844. That's when Quetzalcoatl returns, and that's Nietzsche's birthday. Okay, and of course there's another theory, because Quetzalcoatl keeps reincarnating, so maybe they're both right. Quetzalcoatl was born 947 through 999 and will be reborn 10,040 years later, which is 52 years times 20 cycles, and that's 1987, yours truly. And again, I'm the only kind of weird, curious, Gematria Mayan studying philosopher to even combine these ideas to see, oh, what do I have in common? Oh, I'm glad I looked. We both fulfill a Quetzalcoatl return prophecy at different eras. Okay? Did I mention William Miller said October 1844 would be the return of Jesus, and that's when Nietzsche was born, literally a week before his prediction of October 22nd, and that prophecy started in 357 BC, I believe. I'm getting old, can't remember. But yeah, 1844 is a 23-year hundred prophecy talking about Jesus returning. And I'm the only person to figure that out, again, even though the Illuminati already know it. Lastly, this is one of my Glock pistols, obviously. It says, when your favorite gun literally has your name on it and birthday. So the serial is BVLL878. Okay, Ben Villars, BVLL, born at 1987 at 8 a.m. Okay, pretty cool, huh? And if you want to get even deeper, the E and the N are also in there. For Gen 4, 29 Gen 4, the EN could be used for that. And the IARS could be found in the word Austria. Okay, so my full name, Ben Villars, is in this pistol, as well as my birthday of 87 and time at 8 a.m. What's even deeper, lastly, then we'll end the video, is that, well, what day was I born? February 10th. Okay, well, this is the Glock 29, 10 millimeter. So 10, we already got that out of the way. I was born the 10th, and this is a 10 millimeter. And February is the only month to have 29 days in it. It's the only month to ever have 29 days. All the others are 30 or 31. February has 29 days in it, so the 29 represents February, and the 10 millimeter represents the 10th. So February 10th, Ben Villars, 87 at 8 a.m. And yes, I got to see the serial number before I purchased it a few years ago. So I was like, wait, this is a sign. I gotta buy it, of course. But anyway, if you're taught that there are no signs, you're gonna be a skeptical, boring, nihilistic bore. Sorry, like, life has meaning, and I'm here to show how exciting it is. And all these Illuminati evil people are the only ones that get to have fun. It seems like everyone else is stuck in their fake Christianity or their fake atheism or their fake New Ageism. Nothing happened 2012, guys. There's no golden age. It's all going down. So don't build up your treasures on earth. Build up your treasures in heaven. And I'm sorry about the sound, guys. I used the Mac speaker and I got the headset. Maybe I'll just take the time and put it in iMovie. I'll wait another hour for increase the sound and then download it with the sound and make that better. Who knows? I guess I got time to do that today, so we'll see. But anyway, just keep your head up. And again, I'm sorry for all the victims of California. It's been burning for a week. The #1 city, the 5th highest economy in the world, has been burning. for a week straight in winter. And you think this isn't planned? Some people think this is the fires are connected to New Orleans and are connected to the ISIS running people over in New Orleans, and that's connected to the Cybertruck. It's all connected. It's just it's not individual cases anymore. There's something going on. The daughter of Babylon has had its time. The Bible talks about the daughter of Babylon, not just Babylon in Iraq, the daughter of Babylon, which means there's some kind of future Babylon, some future country or land full of idol worship and evil and self and sex and money and America, the least Christian nation there is. Israel's more Christian than America. It's actually followed the Bible. Okay? America was founded by satanic Freemason founding fathers. You want to say it's a Christian nation. Okay. Yeah, well, anyway, trying to give you all hope while at the same time waking you up. So it's kind of a grown-up hope, okay? There's some responsibility. It's not just, oh, kick back, it's all good. It's like, oh, kick back, you have responsibility. You know? Anyway, have a good one. Stay warm.